The natural world's a living, breathing system. Dynamic, interconnected, and astonishingly complex. Yet too often, our attempts to manage it overlook this complexity, leading to unintended outcomes. My name is Matt Smith. I'm an engineer, wildlife tracker, environmentalist, and the founder of Wild's End Solutions. In my work, I use systems thinking and a deep connection with the natural world to understand the environment holistically. By embracing this understanding, we can create solutions that work with nature, delivering sustainable results that last. Join me in this series as we explore how systems thinking can transform the way we manage our environment. Whether you're a green space manager, a corporate sustainability leader, or simply someone passionate about the natural world. Over the past videos, we've explored what makes complex systems tick, how they behave under volatile conditions, and the importance of adopting long-term, infinite mindsets. Today, we're moving from theory to practice. How can we leverage the unique characteristics of complex systems to achieve meaningful outcomes?
Complex systems can be intimidating, with their unpredictable behaviours and constant evolution. But if we understand how to interact with them strategically, they offer unparalleled opportunities for resilience, innovation, and growth. In this video, we'll explore how to leverage complex systems, focusing on key strategies like identifying leverage points, fostering self-organisation, embracing diversity, and building adaptability. By the end, you'll see how small, well-placed actions can create outsized impacts in systems, whether you're managing ecosystems, corporate sustainability programs, or even social initiatives. In complex systems, not all interventions are created equal. A leverage point is a place within a system where a small shift can produce significant, far-reaching changes. Systems thinker Donella Meadows categorised leverage points by their effectiveness, from shallow changes like tweaking parameters to deeper, transformational shifts in system goals and paradigms. Consider urban green spaces. A shallow intervention might be increasing the number of trees planted in a city. A deeper intervention could involve changing the city's planning regulations to prioritise green infrastructure as a fundamental design principle. The deepest intervention would be shifting societal values to see green spaces as essential to urban life, leading to cultural and institutional support for ecological restoration. When identifying leverage points, consider where your actions can cascade through the system, changing its behaviour, reinforcing positive feedback loops, or shifting its underlying structure. One of the most powerful characteristics of complex systems is their capacity for self-organisation, the ability to adapt and evolve without centralised control. By fostering this trait, we can encourage systems to become more resilient and sustainable. We can identify 3 key strategies that empower self-organisation. Setting clear boundaries and conditions will provide constraints that guide the system's development while allowing for flexibility. In a regenerative agriculture project, establish rules for maintaining soil health, while letting farmers adapt practices to local conditions. Enabling feedback mechanisms will encourage systems to learn from their own behaviour. A corporate carbon reduction initiative could include real-time monitoring of emissions, enabling teams to adjust processes dynamically. Decentralisation allows agents within the system to innovate and respond to changes quickly. Community-led conservation efforts often outperform top-down policies by aligning with local knowledge and needs. Diversity is a cornerstone of resilience in complex systems. It provides redundancy, flexibility, and multiple pathways for adaptation when conditions change. In natural ecosystems, diversity ensures stability. If one species in a food web declines, others can fill the gap, maintaining balance. In green space management, planting diverse native species rather than monocultures reduces risks from pests, diseases, or climate shifts. In business context, diversity can refer to having varied suppliers, energy sources, or skill sets within a team. Each adds robustness to the system, making it less vulnerable to shocks. For example, a company sourcing renewable energy from multiple providers is better positioned to weather disruptions than one relying solely on a single supplier. Adaptability is the ability of a system to adjust to changing circumstances without losing its fundamental identity or purpose. To leverage adaptability, we need to design systems that can sense, respond to, and learn from changes.
The key elements of adaptability are flexibility. Systems should have the capacity to change course without collapsing. A water management system that uses both reservoirs and natural wetlands can adapt to fluctuating rainfall patterns more effectively than a rigid infrastructure. Feedback loops. Use monitoring and feedback to enable rapid learning. Adaptive management in conservation involves trialling restoration techniques, monitoring outcomes, and refining methods based on the results. Scenario planning. Anticipate a range of potential futures and develop strategies for each. A business assessing climate risks could create plans for different warming scenarios, ensuring resilience under varied conditions.
Positive feedback loops amplify changes in the system. While these can sometimes drive harmful behaviours, like runaway deforestation, they can also be harnessed for good.
Incentives for solar power create a reinforcing feedback loop. As adoption grows, costs drop due to economies of scale, which drives further adoption. By investing in such loops, we can accelerate the transition to sustainable systems.
Leverage often involves balancing trade-offs. Complex systems rarely offer perfect solutions. Interventions typically have unintended consequences. Restoring a wetland may reduce land availability for other uses, but improves flood resilience, biodiversity, and water quality. A systems thinking approach evaluates these trade-offs holistically, prioritising actions that maximise overall system health. To effectively leverage complex systems, follow these steps. Map the system. Understand its elements, connections, and dynamics. Identify leverage points. Look for areas where small interventions can lead to big changes. Start small. Test interventions on a small scale to minimise risks and refine your approach. Monitor and adapt. Use feedback loops to track progress and adjust strategies as needed. Think long term. Focus on sustainability, adaptability, and resilience, rather than on short-term gains. Leveraging complex systems is both an art and a science. By identifying leverage points, fostering self-organisation, embracing diversity, and building adaptability, we can turn the inherent challenges of complexity into powerful opportunities for growth and sustainability. In our next and final video, we'll bring everything together, tying all the threads from this series into a comprehensive framework for managing and thriving within complex systems. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, take care.